period of time. I always call it the golden era of like of like resale for shoes in Buffalo, where it was like the Sneaker Kings and a few other pages on Facebook. And it was just like a lot of transactions going. These are like Facebook groups, a lot of transactions going through. It was real sweet for a few years, and then it started getting sketchy. People started getting scammed and robbed and stuff.
Yeah.
And it kind of faded away after that. But those were like our beginnings. My brother's also a barber, so like where he was at, he would see a lot of traffic every day of people coming in and out to get haircuts and whatever else. So he started selling shoes out the barbershop, like bringing a couple shelves, got a handful of shoes, not a handful, more than a handful. Like,
Yeah.
bro, I have a lot of shoes at the barbershop, but it started there. At the time, I had stopped doing it kind of not after high school. I was still reselling a little bit, but I kind of fell back from it just because I was getting older and starting to get into other things, and definitely doing a lot more music related stuff. And then a few years ago, we just came back and just put the two brands together. He was telling me for a while he wanted to, basically the vision. He was telling me the vision on it and telling him he wanted to do it, but he was just looking for a spot. And then the seller, good friends of ours, shout out to the seller, they end up moving, getting a new location. And then we end up, they hit us up like, oh, if y'all want to set up at that spot, it's available now. So we end up getting in there, and we've been there ever since for 2 years. So.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
So it's interesting to me because the shoe market, I mean, you're basically selling collectibles, right? Like the same way some people, spend a lot of money on like toys or something, you know what I mean? Or like cards. Yeah, cards is like a big industry now. But it's different because what the shoe market, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but you know what the shoe market has done way better than any of those is create that demand, create that feeling of scarcity, right? Like you were saying, you go to all these places, and it's almost like you can't get a shoe that's not sold out, or like you can't look up a shoe without it being sold out.
Yeah,
like you have to get
popular
shoes from like some secondary seller or something. You know what I mean? Is that like the biggest challenge of being in the shoe game now? Is that
you got to get shoes.
Sourcing.
Yeah.
Sourcing the product is big, but like I said, we've been doing this for years. So it's like over time, especially with my brother at the barbershop, over the past 8 to 10 years doing that there, probably like 8 years or so, but just getting in the network. You just start to get in different networks, and you start to create your own network of people that you can buy and sell to. And then once you open a storefront, that expands you to so much of a bigger audience of people. So it's all networking with that. It's big on networking. But yeah, sourcing products, and that's why we tend to switch our strategy through seasons, because in certain seasons it gets more difficult to source certain things. So But people appreciate that a lot because, like you said, you go to the mall and it's not there. What do I do next?
Oh yeah, that's dude. I've been thinking about getting new sneakers myself, like very recently, and like I'm kind of like, why would I even go to Foot Locker?
Yeah,
and it sucks for them
there.
because like that they're not getting the right product from their distributors or whoever because they are not the market anymore. You know what I mean? The market is what you guys are doing.
Yep. So yeah, it's crazy. It takes a lot of strategy. Definitely, you see the trends come and go. You really gotta like have your ears and eyes to the streets with the fashion thing and just listening to people too. People will tell you. People will come in the store. If for 30 days I get like every week there's 2-3 people come in the store and they're asking for a certain thing, asking for a certain thing. By the end of that month, I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go get it.
So is that the biggest benefit to having the physical storefront? Is it helps you connect with the consumer more?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, because now our pool of people that come and even like sell us items is way bigger than it was before. So yeah.
Right, gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we always go to like the sneaker cons and sneaker exits and the conventions and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen those online
Yep.
and stuff. They look like a great time.
Yep. And you can win big there because a lot of times you get people pulling up there that's got like bots and stuff set up. I don't know if you guys, here we go again.
Yeah.
Everything's going back to
Dude,
this AI shit.
Yeah, well, that's what my roommates are
It's true.
always bitching about. They're like, dude, I literally happen to be on my phone. Like, when I got the email that this was released, I had to click this link within 30 seconds of it getting blasted out.
Yep.
And I still didn't get these fucking shoes. Like,
it's crazy. And then Nikes.com like, yeah, we've upped our security. We're
'cause
kicking
they're
out
supposed to not have
98% of the
bots,
bots. Like, yeah, right. Yeah, right.
And even if you could, like, there's still so many bots.
well, at the end of the
Yeah.
day, like, realistically, Nike probably says that because they want to make, some of their consumers happy. But at the end of the day, they're still selling those shoes, and then those shoes are getting sold for more. So even though they're not the ones generating that extra revenue, it's more buzz for when the next shoe drops. So, like,
Yep.
every single time they get
Right.
on,
Yep.
that shoe's going to sell out.